Spoken about it on this show before. One of my best friends committed suicide when I was 18. And as his friend, you think about what you could have done differently. You miss him. You're pissed off with him at times. And you have all of these things you would have liked the opportunity to say to him. Before this happens, you break it off with Diana. You start preparing yourself to let everybody off the hook, to let them know this is something that you could not have prevented. This isn't about you, this is about me. And it's a failed attempt to take your life. And now all of these people who I don't know if they could separate that you actually didn't finish it, that it actually didn't work, because I would have to think the feeling still is someone I love so much, someone I'm so close to, someone I want to support, someone I have supported, was to a point where they felt like they couldn't come to me, where they felt like we couldn't do enough and wanted to take his life. What has it been like rebuilding those relationships?
It's really been, it's been a lot of things for one, but it's just been special. I think, again, I was fortunate to have a very clear understanding very immediately that I can't hold this in anymore. I can't hide anything. I have nothing to lose. Floodgates have opened. So it just created a very quick willingness to just let it all out in a good way, not overbearing, inappropriate, or whatever, insensitive, just people that are in my life, I love you. And I was able to create a level of connection that happened quicker in those weeks, months, years since now, that were deeper than the 27 years before, however long I had known the people before, because we were able to just be completely honest and just vulnerable with not having anything to hide, because we saw, unfortunately, what it can lead to. And it's like, I would rather hear about the worst of your worst, or the most dramatic of your dramatic, or whatever feels out of control for you, and just listen to you and ask what you need from it, rather than have to hear about you. So again, incredibly tough too at the same time. I felt a new sense of pressure, responsibility to be good at all times, because any sign of struggle or any sign of anger or any kind of irritability could trigger them into worrying, because, oh my gosh, you might try again. So that was something that I've learned that's going to be a part of it to some degree at all times, which is totally fine. And that's why I feel comfortable just sharing things more often, because I see that as like, if I'm not sharing this, that's when it becomes, if I'm always trying to hide this again, that's when I know it becomes a weight that I won't be able to hold anymore. So me sharing incrementally that I'm struggling a little bit here, but not so severely, that small act to try to avoid something bigger, it really just created a very special connection of just honesty and vulnerability and love that we all, again, sometimes acted or sometimes even had, and we're just willing to show, because there's nothing to lose at that point. I couldn't hide anything anymore. So it was like, Chad, my big, macho, burly dude of a brother, I love you, man.
Right.
It's like,